What's really nice about this motorcycle is the fact that it runs so good, and it's really fun to ride because it's a bit of a throwback. Being a kickstart only, you just don't see them like this anymore. So when I ride it down the street, a little bit of wind in my face, doesn't go real fast all the time, doesn't stop very well either because they didn't back then. It sure is fun to ride down the street. Sure is fun to ride everywhere I go on it. Hi there, I'm Bruce Fischer. I'm here in Irvine, California, and this is my prized Harley-Davidson 1969 XLCH Sportster. And why is it prized? Well, Harley started building the Sportsters, the overhead valve bike that you see here, in 1957. And the XLCH, which came out the next year, was considered the hot model. In fact, if you had an XLCH in the late 50s through the 60s into the late 60s, you had the fastest damn motorcycle on the road. And so this one is a bit of a keeper because the last year that they built this model with this, which is a magneto ignition with the Kickstarter, this was the end of it. From this year on, you either got an electric start model or a kickstart model with a battery and a regular ignition timer with points, just like the electric start model used. So this was considered the real He-Man Sportster. And these were known in their day as notoriously hard to start, but I always considered that was just people that didn't understand how to start them. It's not that hard to start. Little tricks you have to know when it's cold, and then when it's warm, it's usually pretty good because it has what's called a Tillotson carburetor. Tillotson carburetor doesn't have a float bowl, so there's no fuel to play with when you're trying to start it. Even when you choke it and kick it, it's just trying to draw a little bit of fuel past what's called a diaphragm. And so there's some tricks you have to learn to do it. This bike has a good story to it. It was originally bought off of eBay by David Edwards, who was at the time the editor at Cycle World. And when David got it, it came from Florida. It had videos of it running. And he took it and put it in the shed at Cycle World and essentially didn't do anything with it. So I said, when I saw it, I'd like to have that motorcycle because it's pretty original. And David said, no, I don't sell motorcycles. So it took me 6 years of prodding him about this motorcycle to finally get him to relent and let me play with it. Well, he had never even started it. And he tells people nowadays, he had it for 6 years, didn't do anything with it. I had it for about 6 minutes and was riding it around the building, which is pretty close to the truth. It had a few things that were wrong with it, which I've fixed since then. And he kind of laments the fact that he sold it to me now, I think, because it gets a lot of attention and it's a lot of fun, and it's not near as hard to start as he thought it was going to be. It's an original paint job, and if you notice that the paint has some scratches and flaws and whatever, but to find an original paint 69 Sportster is really difficult. First thing everybody did when they got these things was strip the decal off or change the paint. That was the chopper fad starting in this era. Put an extended fork on it, take the front fender off, change the exhaust, stuff like that. Everything on it works just like it's supposed to. The lighting system, the horn, the brake lights, the generator, everything works fine. The bike runs pretty good for something that's 42 years old. The motor has never been touched. I know these motors in and out, and I can tell just by looking at it, this thing's never been apart. The magneto probably has never had the magnets recharged, but it still starts pretty darn good. I already started it today before we did this video. It took 3 kicks after I primed it, which most people wouldn't believe. So it's a pretty darn nice bike. I'm proud of it. I have a good time with it. And what I really like to do is ride it. I have an old blue Metal Flake full coverage helmet that I like to wear with it. And it looks good going down the road, sounds good, and it's lots and lots of fun.